We're going to start off the discussion with a high-level look at the current state of guide RNA development and the innovations that we're encountering today. We'll transition into a discussion on some of the operational considerations, including novel manufacturing paradigms, sourcing considerations, and then that's going to be followed by a closer look at some of the quality conundrums that we're facing today. So fortunately, I'm being joined by 3 experts in this world, and I'd love to have your help in welcoming this wonderful panel, starting with April Sena, VP of Tech Ops for Life Edit Therapeutics. We've got Venkat Krishnamurthy, CSO of Flashpoint Therapeutics, and we have Max DeLong, Director of Strategy and Operations for Genentech. So thank you 3 all for being here. This conversation could literally not happen without you. So thank you, thank you. As Heather mentioned, we will be watching the Q&A, so please feel free to send in any questions throughout the chat. I will be keeping an eye on it. And likewise, because I do enjoy keeping these as communal as possible, I also welcome you to send in any additional comments, or agreements, even if you have disagreements, right, with what the speakers are saying. It keeps it a nice conversation going forward. So please feel free to contribute as you see fit in the Q&A. All right, so I want to start by setting the stage with all 3 of you here. I like to get a sense of where we are in this current space as far as the innovations, the growth that we have seen in the past couple of years. So Max, you're the #1 speaker right now in my view. So I'm going to start with Max, and then we can go to Venkat and April. But I'd really like to start off this discussion and ask you, if you had to single out like one critical advancement, right, that's been made in the field of guide RNA over the past year or so, and that can be in manufacturing, supply chain, chemistry, what have you, right, analytical development, that you think has been game-changing for guide RNA production, quality, what would that advancement be, and why do you think it's so important?
Awesome. Thanks, Anna.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think I have to do the disclaimer, the thoughts are mine, not to say that's my company.
Yeah.
So I actually think that the biggest advancement over the past year or 2 isn't necessarily in the technology, but it's actually been a lot in the mindset of the people behind the organization. So guides aren't necessarily being treated anymore as kind of these one-off, critical reagents. They're actually being treated as a critical component of the CMC process itself. And as such, the strategy, the quality, the regulatory expectations and strategies are all being set up from the get-go, which I ultimately think is much easier to make a better, more consistent and chemically defined product.
Yeah. So having that in that field of vision right away, as opposed to an afterthought, right? So you can address any problems early on.
Exactly.
Right?
If we were to go back, half a decade, it's like, oh gosh, we need to cut something. Okay, somebody throw together a guide really quick. Nowadays, it's we define our TCP up front. We have novel guide development just as critical as our cell therapy developments, and that actually enables us to move quicker to clinic, but also have products that are more likely to work the first time out.
That's a beautiful answer. I really like hearing that too. I think we are as a space trying to figure out what is important, right? And so I think we often have to learn the hard way sometimes, right? The regulators sometimes have to enforce that sort of focus, but it sounds like we're sort of learning that on our own, right? Which I think is a really good thing to see. Venkat, would you agree with Max? Do you think that we're settling into that? We have the same mindset, and what else are you watching?
I mean, thanks Anna for this opportunity. I definitely agree with what Max had said, and if you look at, my journey over the last 15 plus years, I've seen the evolution of smaller oligonucleotides. Started with unmodified to fully chemically modified. And then we saw the birth of guide RNAs, 100 mer guide RNAs. And then now we are talking about longer guides, like 150 mers, right? And in the meantime, we also saw fully chemically modified guide RNAs. It's kind of fascinating to see how the field is evolving over the last 10, 15 plus years. And I think if I sort of reflect back on my journey, and if I look at where we are today, I mean, one of the things that I think that is most, in addition to what Max said, one of the things that is most important recent advancements in the field is, especially over the last 1 or 2 years, is the chemoenzymatic and controlled enzymatic approaches for guide RNA production. I mean, I think for me, this stands out clearly because it directly addresses the several core bottlenecks that we have been dealing with, such as declining yields as we increase the length of the guide RNA. I mean, difficulty with purification due to truncation impurities. I mean, and also the growing challenge of manufacturing more complex guide architectures like pig RNAs, etc. So I think that the chemoenzymatic approach definitely has the potential to sort of address all these challenges.
Yeah.
And as our guide RNAs continue to become more sophisticated, and I mean, innovations in these areas can definitely help overcome length, purity, and scalability. So
that's a beautiful response.
That's
That's a really great advancement. That's one I've been watching as well. And for those of you who have been tuning into the Advancing RNA Lives, we did have a chemoenzymatic ligation discussion last month, but it was for siRNA, not specifically guide RNA, because I knew we were going to be discussing at some point during this discussion. So I do have some questions directed to you, Venkat. Later on, we can dig into that a little bit more deeply.
Sure.
So that's great. April, what I want to hear your take too on what Max and Venkat have said, right? Do you agree overall that the mindset around guide RNA has changed significantly? Our space is growing more complicated, right? But I'd be curious to hear as well what you've been watching in terms of innovations in the space that you think are the most notable for the past couple of years.
No, I absolutely agree. And, actually Venkat took mine, so I'm going to build on it.
Nice.
The chemoenzymatic thing is just fascinating. So we've got both the capability coming up where we can enzymatically build the oligos themselves, adding on the nucleotide by nucleotide, so build the oligo itself with an enzyme. And then we have the capacity to, regardless of how the oligo has been made, take smaller oligos and stitch them together with a ligation approach. And it's that latter approach that I'm watching a lot, because when it comes to the longer length guides, because the purity is really dictated by the coupling efficiency, the only way we can really get to highly purified guides is probably to do the oligos as smaller molecules, purify those well, and then stitch them together and purify off the enzymes. But it comes with challenges because there's a couple different approaches that are being taken. So one is actually attaching the enzyme to a solid phase, the ligase to a solid phase, and then having the oligo as it's being built in solution. That has some challenges because once you get to a certain length, you can imagine it may come out of solution. And then you've got other approaches where actually you stick with the traditional solid phase, and then the ligase is part of the solution,
Okay.
from the sense of the word, to stitch it together while it's in solution, with the end being on the solid phase. So those two different approaches I'm kind of watching closely, because to me, like the solid phase, sticking with the solid phase and having the enzyme in solution is really what I think may work guides because of their length. But the other approach works well for, I think, ASOs and siRNAs. But it's a space to watch and see if they can figure out.
Yeah. Do you anticipate one will kind of win over the other in the guide RNA world, or do we not know enough yet in terms of, do you think they'll both kind of coexist?
I think so right now I think the guides are coming out of solution when the enzyme is anchored on solid phase. So right now, like having the traditional solid phase to build the oligo is probably the approach to take. But I'd also say that it's costly and more time consuming to do it this way. So for this to even, a lot of the CDMO companies that are making the guides are able to get to over 80% purity these days with traditional solid phase. So we'll have to sort out those manufacturing cost and cycle time things with these enzymatic approaches before it's actually useful, and understand what extra quality does it bring. So.